What's going on, Wrestling Universe? God, this feels good. First episode, no hold barred. Ryan, how we doing, boys?
Fired up. I am fired up to be here. I'm ready to talk about
fired up too.
Everything. I'm ready to talk about it all. I'm ready to argue.
Oh my God!
I'm ready to argue with you. Honestly, is
God, that's the only point we're on this show is to argue with each other. We have to argue. All right.
I'm here to argue with you and tell you about this is the way.
Godly.
This is what's right. This is why you're wrong. It's why we're here.
Oh my God! All right. So Ryan, what shirt you rocking tonight?
Oh, I got the Macho Man, Randy Savage,
Macho Chunk, Randy Savage.
Oh yeah, every day. Let's go.
Alfred, what you got?
Oh, I got the Undertaker Hall of Fame shirt.
All right.
I got
top 5 greatest of all time. And I've got Tribal Chief all the way. One.
Oh Lord.
He won. Acknowledge.
Oh wow.
Me, Tribal Chief. Me, Tribal Chief.
Wow.
What's going on, boys? How we doing?
Oh, we're good, man. We're good. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means.
It's
TV.
AEW Dynamite to my left right now.
Yep, out of screen. I'm periodically going to be looking up at it right every now and then because I got to be watching you two fools while I got to watch this as well. So
watch yourself.
Watch that
watch yourself. Don't make me cut a promo on your ass, boy. Don't make me cut a promo.
I'd rather watch
I will do it.
YouTube, but that's fine.
Hey, did y'all happen to catch Monday Night Raw this past week?
Yeah, I caught it this past week.
Yeah,
it was a pretty good show. It was a pretty solid show. Like I said, most of the highlights: Edge returning after he got destroyed by Judgment Day, and he comes back. He challenges Finn Balor to an I Quit match. That's
right.
Extreme Rules.
So here's it's funny you make that point.
Before you say it, because I know what you're about to say. I love Edge. I love me some Edge. How many times is this guy going to come back?
I was actually about to say the same thing. I'm like, why does he get hurt, does his little stupid Twitter rants and his little videos, and then he's like, hey, guys, I'm back. It's like,
you're a hater. I love Edge.
It was you.
I'm not even going to lie. I honestly thought instead of Edge coming back, I actually thought Randy Orton was going to come back and help Riddle. That was just me.
Oh my God!
I thought that would have been the perfect chance for him to come.
I actually don't know if Randy Orton's
He's out for a long. He's out. His injury.
I'm pretty sure. Have y'all been seeing all those cryptic tweets? I'm pretty sure Bray Wyatt's coming back. By the way,
a calendar year. Oh man, who's the White Rabbit? I don't know.
Well,
I have
honestly,
no idea. I was like,
at first, I thought it was Bray Wyatt at first.
I thought it was Karrion Kross. I was like,
somebody actually made a point to me. Like, I don't want to get let down, but somebody actually made a point that it might be honestly Karrion Kross. If you think about it, his gimmick, like I forgot what promotion was, the White Rabbit. So it kind of makes sense in that sense and everything. I'm hoping it's Bray Wyatt, like you all said.
No, absolutely.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if it was Karrion Kross. Like, yeah.
So
I don't want that letdown because I feel like that would be.
Yeah,
it's like we've seen him pop up here and there with attacking Drew in the ring and things like that. But you have this build up. There's a thing that WWE does with inserting things here and there, subtle hints of this, and you're like, okay, we're playing the guessing game. Who is it? Who's going to appear on Monday Night Raw? Who's coming on Friday Night SmackDown? Who's going to pop up? And then don't get me wrong, I love me some Karrion Kross, TikTok baby, all day long. But he's already kind of made his appearance whenever he's had his attacks on Drew, things like that. So if they were going to do the White Rabbit type of thing, I don't think he should have come in at all. I don't think he should have come in until the White Rabbit part. Like, I don't think it should have been. Yeah, that should have been the total surprise. Like, it's like, oh my God, Karrion Kross is back. That's what this has been alluding to this whole time, and I think he's kind of shown face already. If it is in fact him, it's kind of like okay, cool. He's back. He's been here a little bit, not in the ring technically, but cool. Glad he's back. But I for one am so.
So Alfred, what do you think about Triple H bringing back all the NXT Black and Gold, back to WWE, Karrion Kross, Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae. I mean, Tommaso Ciampa getting a push. I mean,
I actually love it.
Takeover is outstanding.
Yeah, I actually love it, and it shows bringing those guys back. It shows like the respect that they have with Triple H to even come back to the promotion. Like I'm actually enjoying it, especially Johnny Gargano. Especially, I'm a huge fan of him. Him coming back,
Johnny Wrestling, baby.
They got me real hyped when he returned. And like the other guys, like other people you name, I'm actually glad, and I'm honestly I'm hearing more people might come back. Like
Oh yeah,
to the strength of Triple H, like bringing them back. So I'm actually like I said,
absolutely
excited about that. I'm excited. It makes the show
Triple
better,
H,
and it
Triple H takeover is just outstanding. I mean, Ryan and I went to Raw a couple weeks ago, and we got to see Tommaso Ciampa wrestle, win his match, and then
I thought that was like a
match.
15-20 minute match, and that went on forever. And I was like,
Right.
this is what we have been missing.
Right.
Like, I think this, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the Monday after, it was a SummerSlam hangover.
Yes.
That's what it was. It was the Monday after SummerSlam, and it was Triple H's first Raw, I think, really, really, like, in the promotion, in taking the reins over. And I mean, from the dark matches all the way to the matches on TV, everything was, 15, 20 minutes long. And I'm like, this is what we've been missing. And back in the day, you would always hear about the women's division and their matches being cut down to, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and their matches were long and outstanding. And you're just like, this is what we can expect from Triple H taking over the reins. And I personally, I could not be more thrilled than him being in charge and really showing what these wrestlers can do.
And there's another thing also, like I said, like all these returns have been coming recently. It makes you wonder. It makes you want to tune into the next show to see, hey, who's going to come back right after all these guys. It makes you like tuned in more to see who all is coming back. Even so, like I said, it just shows the strength of Triple H and the respect people have with him. They even like come back to WWE in regards to that.
Right.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, Alfred, because I'm thinking about like all these guys who went to AEW, started their own promotions, went to Impact, went to all these different places, and now that Triple H is in charge, they're all his kiddos that he helped develop in NXT, all these people that he helped bring up from FCW and brought in and develop it. Him and Shawn Michaels did a phenomenal job with the Black and Gold NXT. Like, I mean, Monday Night Raw was good for a time, but I couldn't wait until Tuesday nights. Like, I couldn't wait for the takeover matches or how they brought back all the retired pay-per-views, and they would say this Tuesday night is Halloween Havoc, Bash at the Beach, Great American Bash, and I'm just like, this is the stuff that I grew up with what we grew up with, like the Monday Night War, WCW, and Monday Night Raw. Now, whenever the companies WWE bought the company, and now you can use WCW, Great American Bash, and it's little things like that made NXT Black and Gold so special. And now that Triple H is in charge, he's bringing all these people back and just killing it with his Black and Gold performers, and they're finally getting the push that they really, I think, deserve.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna bring up one point. All right. Triple H and HBK taking over the DX run, finally coming full circle. Absolutely. DX coming full circle.
Ryan is actually one of my coworkers, so I'm glad he actually joined. I gave him I told him about our podcast earlier today, and he actually decided to come on. So
nice, very nice.
Awesome. Welcome. All
good.
Questions and comments.
Promotion is good. Please. I'm pretty sure all the kids at the high school I work at, they all know about it. They're like, oh, we can't wait to see Mr. Brown live on YouTube, all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure. By the way, hit that like and subscribe.
Alex is getting fired, everybody.
Hard. Follow us. Come on now. Y'all know what this is. The best wrestling podcast ever. And it's episode 1. We're killing it. It's episode 1. We are killing it. All right, Ryan, CM Punk. Okay.
Alfred,
I got you next, but I want to hear Ryan's take on CM Punk, because him and I talked about this for probably a good 2 hours.
I want to start off by saying his return, that pop, like I have that still recorded, saved on the TV, because that pop is probably the loudest thing I have ever heard. I thought John Cena returning as number 30 in the Royal Rumble was a loud pop. CM Punk's music playing in Chicago, the roof came off that place. And I couldn't believe he actually came back. Like, I thought maybe he was done with wrestling forever. He might take a backstage role. He might be something along those lines. But he came back and competed in AEW. And, I mean, honestly, gave it a little kickstart after, 2 years of already being a brand themselves.
I mean, to me, AEW was already the superior show to WWE. You know, I said that. AEW is the superior show.
You haven't said that, so.
Because until the Triple H takeover, now I feel like it's kind of even, but Alfred, CM Punk, you know, all that shit that went down, excuse my language, but all that stuff that went down. What do you think? Like, do you think CM Punk was ever going to wrestle again? Did we lose him?
A minor chance that he was going to come back. I never thought he was coming back to WWE because, like I said, he sounded like he was like checked out after he sat out. I knew he was going to come back to some promotion, and then, like I said, AEW makes too much sense because one, AEW is trying to be WWE's competitor. So the thing you have to think with CM Punk is he don't want to go back to WWE, but AEW is probably the next biggest thing at the moment. So why would he just why would he hey, I'll just decide to stick it into WWE and I'm coming back to AEW to see with the competition. So I knew he was going to come back eventually because, like I said, I'm a huge CM Punk fan.
Right.
So when we discuss our top 4 wrestlers coming up and later on, CM Punk is at the top of the list because I was a fan when he was with WWE, and I'm still a fan with him. He was the reason. He was the reason why I even decided to get back, start watching the AEW when he returned. I wanted to see how his return when he came back in Chicago. I wanted to see how that was gonna how that was going to be, and it's like I said, I knew he wasn't going back to WWE, but like I said, AEW is trying to be WWE's competitor. So what better way to stick it to WWE than I'm going to the next best thing. So.
Ryan, did you catch a glimpse of you caught the press conference after he won the title, right? And just decided to call every wrestler out and then goes backstage and fights them?
I watched the entire press conference, and at the same time, I had the same feeling of because I watched his original pipe bomb on whenever he sat on the stage at WWE and basically did the same thing. I had that same feeling, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't feel like it's fake. This doesn't feel like it's kayfabe. This doesn't feel, like it's scripted. This feels like he is, off the rip saying whatever he wants to say. Tony Khan's next to him is kind of, I think, internally freaking out because he's like, oh my God, I'm going to have to do so much damage control. Right. And then lo and behold, after the press conference goes in the back and naturally all these other wrestlers are like, yo, man, what the hell? What was that about? And then, a fight happens. He can't. No, I agree with Ryan. CM Punk can't stay out of the smoke when there is a mic around. Nope. I could not agree more with that comment. When there is a mic around, CM Punk is going to say something.
I know one person that's better than him on the mic, or just as good.
Oh, I agree, and that man's in my top wrestling.
All right,
my top 5 wrestlers.
And it's got 3 letters in his name.
I have an idea who that person's.
3 letters. MJF.
Say it.
All the way. By the way, represent with me.
The tribe. Yes.
The tribe. He's my brother. He's my Jewish brother. Rocking the mic.
Man. Oh man. I don't even know if what he says is scripted. If this man gets in the middle of the ring with a mic, I'm like, all right, we're gonna hear we're in for a show. We're in for something wild, and sure enough, MJF delivers every time on that mic, and you're like, okay, was he kidding? Was this scripted? Was this off the rip? I have no idea, and that's the beauty. I think that's a beauty of this business and wrestling itself is even as when we were kids, I'd have a fight on a playground saying wrestling was real, and then you grew up and you actually know that it's scripted and
Right.
the results are predetermined and stuff like that.
But these guys actually get hurt.
They actually get hurt. Yes, they get hurt. It is not fake. It is not. These guys these men and women taking these bumps off the top ropes in the middle of the ring, on the stage, around on the ramp, what have you. The bumps and everything are real. But I mean, that's the beauty of this business. Even whenever we're adults, we're grown men, and we'll still watch it because it was a part of our childhood and we still love it. And the beauty of it is, I don't know if MJF is kidding. I legitimately could watch a promo and I'm like, is he going to get fired for what he just said?
Right.
And it's just like,
he dropped an S-bomb live on TV.
And you're just like, okay, that's grounds for termination on anywhere else. But it's like, I don't know.
I'm telling you, the MJF returning pop was probably just as loud as CM Punk's. I agree. It was just as loud as CM Punk's.
I agree.
What's crazy, that's in CM Punk's hometown too, Chicago. That
they
happened.
Love to go to Chicago. I swear to God, AEW loves Chicago. They go there a lot.
But Alfred, listen. So AEW, WWE. I'm sure they're competitors, but you're noticing that a lot of the wrestlers are starting to jump to WWE or they're jumping ship to AEW. Do you see any other possible wrestlers saying switching to either brand? Like Young Bucks, maybe?
I see a few. I could actually see Aleister Black come back to WWE. I know they're like he's out sitting out now and everything. I can actually see that happen when he's contractually able to. Aleister Black, like I said, when we were talking about earlier with the Triple H movement and everything, I can actually, like I said, see Triple H consider that that actually happened. As far as I'm gonna give a name like in WWE that could flip to AEW. As far as that, at the moment, I don't really see like a name that stands out. But I think it's more so with AEW flipping to WWE. Like I can actually see let's see, for example, I already said Aleister Black, but I can actually see a guy like with Strickland with a hit row.
Yeah.
If his contract is out, it might take a good amount of time, but I could actually see him shipping back to WWE and joining Hit Row again and everything. What about you? Do you see any WWE names? I know Paige recently did, just recently.
Right.
I know that and everything.
It looks completely different, by the way. Paige or Saraya, whatever her name is, looks completely different.
Yeah. Saraya, she I mean, from what I remember, whenever she had to retire, I think the word around backstage was from reading all the articles and different things is Vince was like, this injury you have is like, if you wrestle, this could be alter your life type of thing.
Yeah.
Like you might not be able to walk or do these sort of things. I can't recall, so I might be mistaken, but I remember the injury was so bad that if something were to go wrong, her life is changed for the worst type of thing.
Right.
So her showing up on AEW, I just saw her and Britt Baker talking about stuff over here. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if she's going to go back to in-ring action. Is she going into kind of like a manager role where Tony Khan is like, you are more than welcome to join the AEW family, but physically wise, I don't know if we want to take a risk like that, because it's the same thing along with, when Edge had his neck injury or when Roman had leukemia and when like these injuries and these sicknesses, these things are real, and taking bumps in the ring or bumps at all could be life altering. So I don't know exactly what her role is. I'm excited to see her because she was great in WWE. I thought I was a Paige fan in WWE. But to go back to your question that you asked, Alfred, Alex, I think I could see Mustafa Ali going from WWE to AEW because the man can wrestle. Like the man, his high risk maneuvers, his in ring work is immaculate. But there was a time where I think he was trying to get his release and they wouldn't grant it, and he just was written off TV for who knows how long.
I got one for you, and I don't know if this is gonna happen. And it's in the female division. Sasha Banks jumped into AEW.
Could you see that really happening?
I don't know.
I know today. No, today she actually changed her name on Twitter.
She
See,
used her real name today. Yeah.
Yeah, she used the real name today. So
I mean, if I'm Tony Khan, if I'm Tony Khan and I see Sasha Banks out there strengthening your women's division, come on now.
Not only
can you imagine the reaction though? Can you imagine the
reaction? Oh my god!
Division.
If she,
the reaction,
made a return,
Alfred, yeah, go ahead, Alfred. The reaction's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, like that's actually something something to monitor. I didn't even much really think about that actually. It's actually pretty good.
Like, I mean, if a name like
I want
somebody at that top division in that women's division, which was, I think she was the top of the women's division when she was in WWE, for that type of caliber talent to go to your competitor brand, huge. Like, it's huge.
That name literally popped into my mind tonight. I was like, what wrestler can I see jumping ship? And especially with Thunder Rosa out right now, you know, they bring in Mariah to help pop, bring in someone else to have an even bigger pop. You bring in Sasha Banks or whatever her AEW name's gonna be. I mean, come on now. This doesn't look like the only game. I'm out of here. Okay, peace out, bro. This is the only chance for wrestling. That's right. It's the only chance for wrestling.
Actually, Ryan Taylor, like the guy, like I said, my coworker, he actually got a good question though in the chat. He was asking, would y'all say we're seeing a possible resurgence of the Monday Night Wars from our childhood, or is AEW not that big yet? That's actually a pretty good question right there.
Yeah. Alex, you want to go first, or you want me to?
I mean, if they bring back Monday Night Wars,
if you want to say that,
I don't know. AEW, I feel like AEW has their own thing right now. I don't know if they want to copy WWE. It's like,
I think it's
yeah, exactly. They're right there with each other.
They're right there. Like WWE, obviously here, but like
I don't know. But right there. You know that WWE is bringing back War Games. Survivor Series War Games.
One of the greatest matches.
That 100% right there is Triple H. Bringing back War Games, but to WWE and not NXT. Brilliant.
I'm just mad I don't get to hear William Regal scream out War Games. I'm upset about that. But
please don't die? Please don't die. Please don't die.
I think the thing that makes it not make it like as a war per se is if both like entities were on like at the same time. Because I know AEW comes on Wednesday, obviously Raw comes on Monday, and then Raw comes on Friday on SmackDown, and AEW comes right after SmackDown.
Right.
If it was on at the same time, then we could possibly see, hey, this could be actually a Monday Night War deal. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
So I agree. Like I said, if it was on the same time, we actually could be seeing like a little war type thing.
Do you think Tony Khan would be? Because I guarantee it would come from Triple H to Tony Khan, not Tony Khan from Triple H. Triple H would probably reach out to Tony Khan and be like, "Hey, what do you say about having an interview?" Because Tony Khan has already signed our Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. I mean, Bruce Robinson was wrestling John Moxley tonight.
Yeah.
So
the Forbidden Door.
Has 2 other wrestling on their network already. What do you think, Ron?
Forbidden Door that you want to use. Like, I mean, I don't know whose idea it was, whether it be Vince or somebody got into Vince's ear whenever they had Mickie James, Impact Women's Champion, enter the Royal Rumble last year. And they said Impact Women, they dropped the name last year at the Royal Rumble. And I was like, okay, I don't know I don't know who that was that made that decision that said, let's open the forbidden door a little bit. Let's bring back former talent who is a champion in another promotion. I don't know when the last time that's been done and it be okay within WWE. Because, I mean, last time I checked, Vince was like, Forbidden Door, nobody from other promotions is getting promoted on our show, on our airtime, on anything. And then out of nowhere, last year, Royal Rumble, Mickie James, Impact World Champ, and I'm like, okay, what are we seeing here? Because right before that, AEW did the Forbidden Door thing where they brought in wrestlers from New Japan. They had Impact tag team wrestle on AEW Dynamite, and you're like, okay, that's cool. Maybe Vince was like, okay, maybe there's something there, or somebody got in his ear and said, hey, this is gaining traction over here. Their numbers, we're seeing them, and they're coming up like this to us. So I don't know if they're touching us yet, but it's enough to be noticed. And you're like,
Miami Clutch makes a good point. Miami Clutch makes a good point.
Yes. They're doing the indie promo, their indie promotions, and you're just like, GCW. If you guys know anything about GCW, that is a super hardcore wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like their matches have the light bulb tubes. Like they had, oh my God, who's the guy? I think we watched it, Alex. It was versus Chris Jericho. It was like MDK. It was a hardcore match. I mean, it had a pizza cutter, cheese grater, the light tubes, getting suplexed through a pane of glass, and you're just like,
I don't know. I just remember seeing Eddie Kingston versus Chris Jericho in a barbed wire match, and I was pretty sure someone was gonna die in that match. I have never seen so much blood in my life, and I don't think it's blood. It's real blood. And speaking of blood, Alfred, what do you think about WWE going NC-17? Or what is it? That's not NC-17. What's it called? PG-13, where they can show blood?
Yeah.
TV-14.
TV-14. There we go. Thank you. Because they've showed blood the last 2 weeks on Raw. I've seen it.
That's true, yeah. And it wasn't by accident either.
No. It's real blood.
Yeah.
Like AJ Styles got busted open on Monday.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like I said, I would love for them to bring it back. But in my preference, I would like for them to bring it back when it's like actually like the specific matches that actually calls for you. You actually you should be bleeding, like a Hell in a Cell or something like that. I'm all for it. Like War Games. I'm hopefully when we watch War Games and when we watch it when we watch Survivor Series, we actually see people actually bleeding and everything. So I'm all, like I said, I'm all for them bringing it back. I mean, it adds to the realism of the match, and I'm all for it.
All right. So here's what I want to talk about. One more thing before we wrap up. Your top 5 wrestlers right now.
Oh, right? I wrote this list. Hold on.
Top 5 wrestlers. Here we go. Your top 5 wrestlers. Ryan, you go first.
Okay. So I wrote them down, and I have an honorable mention. Top 5 wrestlers.
And we're going to argue about it too, so don't worry.
Oh, so we're going over. Perfect. So right now, a couple years ago, you probably wouldn't have gotten me to say it. But now, mic skills, in-ring, fan service, everything like that, for me, the Chief is at the top. Like
Roman Reigns?
He is that guy. As I think, Alex, you brought it up before. I don't think he can go face ever again.
No,
because it would be a disservice to this 2 years of work that he's put in being the Chief. Like the head of the table, the man who is carrying this, who is leading them right now. And I think it's immaculate what he's doing and how he's developing his character. Yeah. So I think taking all that thing into consideration, he's number 1 for me. Seth Rollins, number 2.
Okay.
Like Seth Rollins is Mike in ring. The dude is almost untouchable. Like the dude is there. He's got my vote. He's in my top 5. And I'll say my honorable mention before I go to the other 3 is Moxley. Like there is nobody. The dude is just real as it can be, and says whatever he wants to say and backs it up with that in ring. Like after he came back,
you don't even have Moxley in your top 5. He's just an honorable mention.
He's my honorable mention, and I'll tell you why here. Once you hear these other 3, you're gonna be like, I can see it.
No, probably.
But he's my honorable mention because of when he came back from his rehab, he's a new person. He looks better. He's moving better in the ring. He's on the mic. His whole persona of what he is, big fan. Like, huge fan of that. And to say, here, I'm going to say this. The Shield is running things in their respective promotions.
Yeah.
You got 2 of them over here and 1 of them over here, and they're top guys. All 3 of them are top guys.
The Shield is my favorite faction of all time.
One of the greatest factions that ever come through. So my number 3 is the man, MJF. That dude makes you hate him, but love him at the same time because he's so good at what he does. Like, you're just like, man, screw this guy. This dude hates me, so guess what? I hate him. No, his in-ring mic skills, untouchable at this moment. His wrestling, how he develops a story, whether he was doing it with Wardlow or whenever he turned on, I think he turned on Chris Jericho, that's what it was. Or something, whenever they were together. And then one of them turned on each other. That whole storyline was really good. The way he tells a story in the ring and outside of the ring is perfect. Another one, my fourth. To me, personally, one of the best technical in-ring wrestlers, Kenny Omega.
Okay.
That dude knows his way around a ring and makes the moves look real. His sell of things are perfect. It is how he moves around that ring. It's like dancing. It's an art to watch him wrestle people in there. And then my last one. This one's just a personal favorite because I like who he is. Hangman Adam Page.
Okay.
He is my top 5. He is my number 5 for me, just because of how he gets the crowd involved. How we're just
doing that cowboy shit.
Little thing. That's right.
Yep.
That's right. The man gets on the top rope. Does moonsaults off top rope, does crazy things. You're like, you're not supposed to be able to look like that and do that. So it's like he has my respect. He has my respect. And then Moxley, my honorable mention. Like, I show love for my Shield guys, but honestly, the 3 Shield members are top dogs in their promotions.
Yeah,
they're running wrestling, and that's mine.
Alfred, who's that?
Okay, all right. So my 5 is obviously going to be a little bit different. 4 of them is actually in WWE, and 1 of them is at AEW. So
you went WWE heavy.
Yeah, it's WWE heavy on this one. So my first one is a guy. He's currently sidelined right now, and he's coming back like soon. Hopefully, he wins the Royal Rumble. It's Cody Rhodes.
I didn't even think about that.
And the reason why I'm saying that, because like I said, when his first WWE stint, I wasn't like real big on him, but I saw the potential. The potential was actually there when his first WWE stint. Then when he left WWE, went to AEW, did his thing and everything, and then he came back. When his comeback was probably, and I've been to a lot of wrestling events, his comeback is probably his return. I'll just say return at WrestleMania was probably the best moment I've seen at all the events I ever went to as a returning. I've been to a lot of events. Like the pop he got when he came back to WWE.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this out the way early. His theme song is by far the best current theme song right now in wrestling right now.
That's on my workout playlist. I have it.
Yeah,
that's number 2 on my workout playlist.
And it's on my list when I be like on the way driving to work. Like I listen to that song almost every single day. So Cody, like right now, is at the top, and I'm interested in seeing. Hopefully, he comes back and wins the Royal Rumble because he has a story. Like he wants to win the big one. So his like, what better way to come back and win a title? Like, can you imagine like that the emotion and everything that's going to happen if he actually wins the title? So he's up there. That's number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2 is AJ Styles.
Wow. Okay.
AJ Styles has been my favorite for a long time. Ever since he was with
WCW. Let's go.
Yeah, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Ever since he was in WCW, people didn't know he was in WCW. If they actually look up, he actually was a WCW wrestler at the end of the tail end of the career. Yeah. Then he made his name, obviously, at TNA and everything, and then he came
TNA,
back.
Baby. That's right.
And he was actually in WWE initially too. People don't know that as well. Yeah.
He was a jobber.
He was a jobber. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. He was a jobber. And like I said, with AJ Styles, I love the way, I love his wrestling style. Obviously, I love like his dedication to the business and everything like that. And it's like I just love his demeanor, and I love the way he carries himself as well in his wrestling style. So that's number 2. 3 right now is actually I want to say Finn Balor.
Okay.
And not the current version, so I didn't want to change the list and be like, oh, I don't like him now and everything. I always liked Finn. I actually like him as a face rather than a heel, because when he gets into his Demon King mode, it's like, oh man, like
yes.
he really can he's really something when he gets into that mode and everything. Even right now with Judgment Day, he's with Judgment Day now as a heel. Like I said, I prefer him as a face, honestly, and I love the music, his music when he was Finn Balor. And when, like I said, the first SmackDown when they had the crowd, Finn Balor, when he came back, because he was on NXT, and then he came back, it was like kind of shocking. It was like, oh wow, he's actually coming back. Hopefully they utilize him correctly and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Finn Balor. I love his his demeanor and everything like that and everything.
Man,
so that's number 3. 4, and then it's crazy because this is, if you would ask me this 3 or 4 years ago, he would be number 1 on my list, and that's CM Punk.
Whoa, okay.
So I was a huge CM Punk, and like I said, the reason why I'm having him at 4 is because he went to AEW, and it's like, oh, I wish he would like stayed in WWE, but CM Punk is like everything he stands for in real life is something I stand for in real life, so I can actually kind of relate for him. He has that straight edge lifestyle and everything, so I'm like that in real life. He's one of the best mic talkers I've since I've been following wrestling for a long time. Like one of the best. I can put him in a legit top 5 and everything, and he puts on very good matches as well. So like CM Punk is definitely up there, number 4 on the list, and number 5. And I have a whole number 5 was interchangeable when I was thinking about this list earlier today. I'm gonna have to go. I'm actually have to. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm actually have to go Roman Reigns.
Wow,
the Chief, acknowledge.
And like I said,
acknowledge.
And the reason why I'm saying that now is because I'm actually buying into what he's doing now. Like I wasn't a huge Roman Reigns fan 3 or 4 years ago and everything.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, his character change when he went from face to heel, probably the best. What's the best way to say it? The best transformation of a character in wrestling history. Like he legit changed his career. And that's, you gotta think how big is that? 5 years ago, people was was hating on the guy. They didn't want him. They thought that Vince was pushing him too much, and they thought he's not going to be the face of this company. It's crazy how 5 years ago that happened, and it's 2 years ago when he made the heel change. It's the transformation was crazy. So I'm gonna have to put him on that list.
People still cheer for him. That's the thing. Is they boo him and they still cheer for him.
I cheer for
exactly.
So I cheer for him.
Exactly. And like I said, I hate to believe say it, but he's number 5 on the list currently. If I had to name a top 5, he's definitely on there.
All right. So I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna do the opposite from you guys. I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. Number 5 for me, Kevin Owens. Okay. Kevin Owens, because so personally, I like Kevin Owens as a face a little bit. He's a baby face right now. All right. Kevin Owens
he's such a good
gets the crowd, and the fact that his shirt just says "Fight Owens, fight." The dude's a dog.
Yeah.
If I met him in a subway alley, I'd run the opposite direction. If I saw him wearing a "Fight Owens, fight" shirt,
I'm not messing with this guy.
The guy's asking for trouble. He wants to get. What kind of guy goes like this before he enters the ring? I mean, come on. He punches himself in the face. What the hell? All right. Number 4 for me is going to be Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins by far has gained my respect, whether he was a face or a heel. But his Monday Night Rollins, I I hated his Monday Night Messiah bullshit.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Oh, nah.
Like,
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. That was
I don't
actually
know.
Yeah, I'm with
pretty-
you, Alfred. Monday Night Messiah.
That was actually
Monday Night
I
Messiah
like
was
that version of
awful.
it.
I cannot do, but his Monday Night Rollins were especially his laugh. Every time he does his little, like that, it gets me every time. And what he's doing, he's a guy that's like right here, and if a wrestler's right here, he brings him right back up to his level. With like, especially with Riddle, his rivalry with Riddle right now, he levels the guy up.
He elevates his
and he's a top tier wrestler, but he just elevates whoever it is to the top.
Yeah, no, agreed.
Number 3 for me, MJF. I have loved MJF. He's by far my favorite heel of all time. I love MJF. I mean, the dude can rock a mic. He's not a bad wrestler either.
No.
He can fight. He's a really good wrestler. MJF, by far, greatest heel of all time. Number 2, Jon Moxley. Okay. Nothing else needs to be said. Jon Moxley is Jon Moxley. He's got a badass entrance thing. He comes
Probably
to
one of the
crowd.
better ones.
I mean,
that entrance music.
The dude loves bleeding on national television. I mean, he was just bleeding about 15 minutes ago. Like, he doesn't care. He'll bust himself open. And I'm pretty sure if they're like, hey, do you want me to razor across? He goes, no, just hit me in the head as many times as you want. I mean, the dude is psycho. Okay, but I love him. And then number 1, Roman Reigns, and I will have an honorable mention as well. So number 1, Roman Reigns. I don't know who can take the title from him. And if it's, swear to God, if it's Austin Theory or Logan Paul, I quit.
I know.
I doubt it be those type of contenders. I doubt it be that. Like I said, I'm holding out hope Cody Rhodes wins the Royal Rumble. And I think that's like really a legit threat that can take him up. Because I don't see The Rock coming back. So
as much as I want, I kept telling Ryan The Rock's coming back.
But I think Cody's the legit person that can take it off of Roman when he returns.
Yeah.
Alex, I told you I was going to say this. Now's the perfect time to say it. To my producers listening, if Logan Paul takes the titles, I am no longer coming on this podcast. I won't do it. I'll give up. I'll be like, this is a great fun. This is
all right.
But if Logan Paul takes these, he's going to kill that match. By the way, I will say that
it's going to be a great match.
He's going to kill that match. But if he takes one of those, if he takes a title, it will be the Alex and Alfred show.
Noted. There we go. All right, and I want to say my honorable mention is Drew McIntyre.
Oh, yes.
Drew McIntyre he went from being fired by WWE to having his WrestleMania moment taken away to kind of having it taken away again with his rivalry with Cross. I mean, the dude needs another shot. I'm sorry, he needs another shot. Split the championship up again. Let Cody take one. Let Drew take the other.
Yes. I agree with you. I think that can be one of the men to guide this company post Tribal Chief story. Honestly, because right now I don't know. I'm with you, Alex, and Alfred. I don't know how you feel about his story so far these last couple of years. I mean, 700 plus days as not only Universal Champ, but now he holds both titles. He is. There's no greater honor as a company saying, "Here's both of these. Go do your thing. Go. We gave you both titles. You can go be on Raw. You can be on SmackDown. You can jump shows, type of thing." I don't think there's a greater. Here's the keys to the kingdom, type of thing, and for someone to be able to take that away from him is going to be showing huge trust in whoever that is. And I think they need to split the belts.
Yeah.
I think Cody needs to be one of them because I think he can do it. And I think Drew needs that moment for him, honestly, he needs that WrestleMania moment that was taken away from him because of the pandemic. Yeah. He had to wrestle at the Performance Center in front of nothing. And he deserves his moment. And I think Drew and Cody are the two to take us into the post-Tribal Chief storyline, bloodline storyline, honestly.
All right, boys. I think that's a good time for us to wrap up. Hey, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Ryan, where can they find you on Twitter?
Smash that subscribe button. Listen to us talk and argue and yell random things at each other. You can find me on Twitter at mryan588. I'm on there tweeting all the time, yelling at Alex, doing something. Find me there.
He is. Yelling at me. Alfred, where they got you at, bro?
They can find me. All you have to do is type in A_Matthews with 2 T's 713.
All right. You can find me at Alex
talk
29.
all day.
Hey, follow our podcast page at NH Bard Podcast. We tweet every day. All right. Let us know, what do you want us to talk about? All right. For that, episode 1 done, in the books.
Done.
Ding, ding, ding. Game over. See y'all next week, baby.
Woo! Love y'all.